Mangrove Wood made its debut in Minecraft 1.19, the Wild update, alongside the brand new Mangrove Swamp biome. This update didn't just bring the tree itself, but a whole family of mangrove blocks, including slabs, stairs, and fences, as well as mud and mud bricks for even more building variety. And of course, it also introduced one of the most charming mobs in the game, frogs, along with their frog lights, giving players a fresh and whimsical new way to light up their builds. Welcome back to day 3 of my 30-day 30 blocks challenge, my personal creative project where I'm building something new every single day for a month. Each day, the block I use is chosen completely at random, with no-till builds end up looking or feeling the same. It's a great way to keep my creativity sharp, breaking out of old habits, and maybe I can stumble into some styles or block combinations I might never have considered before. For today's build, I wanted something urban yet charming, so I went with the idea of an elegant corner shop, complete with lofted apartments above. The colour palette played a huge role in setting the tone. Mangrove for a rich, dark base that anchored the building, andesite as a mid-tone that helped guide the eye upwards, and quartz for the top level to brighten the upper half and give the whole structure a clean and polished finish. This layering of tones creates a natural gradient from dark to light, which makes the building feel balanced and intentional. I always begin these buildings by blocking out the overall shape. I knew I wanted something unique and somewhat challenging, so I added a diagonal element to the structure. For the base, I kept the mangrove fairly solid and grounded, leaving larger openings for what I imagined would be shop windows. I textured it slightly with signs and trapdoors, adding in variations to the texture with stripped dark oak logs. For the andesite midsection, I followed much of the same basic texturing, adding in areas of stone and stone bricks. For this section, I accented the windows with spruce to keep the more mid-tone aesthetic, while also bringing up some of the mangrove red with the glazed terracotta. I added more structural detail to the diagonal sections, a main door out of weathered copper for some contrast against the red, trying to make it feel more distinct while also connected to the overall build. To add to this cohesion, I also trimmed the midsection with warped wood to bring up these blue elements. The top section remained minimalistic in texture. I opted to change the temporary block to quartz upon seeing how blue-toned the white concrete was against the texturing. I felt like this cleaned up the look more and made for easier texture and detail work. I wanted to do something that would stand out against the other two layers, once again trying to bring up the blue from the previous two layers as an awning-covered balcony. I tried to make it look like it was hung canvas, like something you might see when walking the streets of Greece. This level also got windows to brighten up the whole wall before I moved to adding a hanging sign on the diagonal section. At first, I had wanted to do another window like the one below, but decided to break up the repetition. Then it was on to detailing out the remaining space on the side, following the similar principles I applied to the front. On the second level of this side, I wanted to add an element that was similar to graffiti. While I think I could have done it better in future, this element added some much needed visual interest to the blank wall side. Around the back, I wanted to add something that would make this building feel more used, like it was currently within a city. I quickly built a small area where a dumpster could be housed, adding some basic and minimal clutter. With the final texturing in place, day 3 came to a close, a cozy little cafe corner. This ended up being one of my favourite shopfront builds so far, largely thanks to the visual interest created by the mix of mangrove and warped wood accents.